It's good to see people celebrate.
Oh yay! Oh, great acoustics. Oh yay! Oh yay! I am York's bellman, so hear my call, welcoming you to the launch of York LGBT Plus History Month. One and all, spontaneous applause! Welcome to York Castle Museum, joined tonight by my Lord Mayor, the Sheriff of York, the Sheriff's Consort, the leader of York Council, and distinguished guests. Welcome. We have a host of superstars to speak to you tonight. It is not the X Factor auditions. Whether they can shout as loudly and proudly as me, we will see. You may need to move a little bit closer. First up tonight, and I've got his title correct, don't want to make a mess of this, the Events and Outreach Director of York Pride. Please, rapturous applause for Stuart Jarman!
Right, and we're all going to be very brief, so you'll be pleased to hear that. I'd just like to welcome you all here to the what better place to celebrate York History Month than on Kirkgate at the Castle Museum. So thank you all for coming. But a big thank you to Phil, who's going to be speaking soon from York Museums Trust, who has provided tonight out of his budget. Woo! Yeah, he's got a leaner budget than you, Claire. So, tonight is quite a historic moment, especially for History Month in York, because it's kind of been spearheaded each year by one organisation or another, but this year we celebrate all the organisations coming together collectively on this project, which is a first to celebrate York's LGBTQ or any other letter of the alphabet you fancy event. So thank you very much for coming, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the evening. At 7 o'clock, Ian Holdsworth, where is Ian? We'll be doing a talk in the classroom on the Friends of Dorothy, which will last about 20 minutes if you do want to go there. If at 7 o'clock you're like me sometimes at these events and you're like, I've had enough, you can escape. But also there is Prosecco and drinks. The lovely Tony and Millie are there serving cocktails. And there is more Prosecco from Tim. Give us a wave. But yes, thank you all very much for coming tonight. I hope you enjoy this evening and make sure you get a brochure. Thank you very much.
So the game we're going to play tonight is to increase the applause as we move down the row of speakers to get ever more rapturous. So ladies and gentlemen, next up, he is the Festival Director of the fabulous York Pride, Will Bazanke!
Forgive me looking at my phone. It's normally my other half, which is our chair, that does our speeches and things like this, these events, but unfortunately is not very well, so I've had to step in. So good evening everyone, it's an absolute privilege to be here tonight as we come together to celebrate LGBT History Month here in York. I'm honoured to be speaking on behalf of York Pride, an organisation that is deeply committed to honouring our community past while championing its future. LGBT history is woven into the fabric of York, even if for too long it's gone untold. Our city, with its ancient streets and rich heritage, have been home to stories of resilience, love and activism, stories that deserve to be remembered, honoured and shared. But LGBT plus history isn't about the distant past, it's about understanding the battles fought within our lifetime too. York itself has seen remarkable progress from early grassroots activism to the growth of our own Pride movement. The first York Pride March in 2006 was small, a modest but powerful statement. Today, York Pride is North Yorkshire's largest celebration of the LGBT plus community, with over 17,500 people joining us last year in a sea of rainbow flags and solidarity. History matters because it not only reminds us of how far we've come, but also how much further we have to go. The rights we enjoy today, whether it's legal recognition of our relationships, protections in the workplace, or simply the ability to walk hand in hand without fear, were won through the bravery and persistence of those who came before us. And while we celebrate those victories, we know there are still challenges ahead. Hate crime remains a reality, LGBT plus rights are still debated as if they were up for discussion, and young people are still growing up in homes and schools where they don't often feel safe to be themselves. That's why visibility, education and pride are more important than ever. At York Pride, we believe that celebrating LGBT plus history isn't just about looking back, it's about inspiring the future. We want to make sure that the next generation doesn't just hear our history, but feels empowered by it. Pride isn't just a party, it's a statement. It's a declaration that we are here, that we belong, and that our history, our community, matters. And, speaking of Pride, I'd love to take a moment to invite you all to this year's York Pride event on Saturday the 7th of June. Expect a fantastic day filled with music, community, and of course, our Pride Parade through the historic streets of York. It's a day to celebrate, but also reflect, to remember the history that brought us here, and to continue writing the next chapter together. Thank you for being part of the evening, remembering our history, and for standing together as we keep making history. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the event.
I have to say, coming and finishing with a plug, I mean, that is professional. If I knew a decent radio station, we'd sign you up straight away. Obviously, York Pride coming soon. York Pride, since the last event, has won numerous awards. They're nominated for Visit York Awards as well. So many of the York Pride committee are in the room. If you'd like to give them an extra rapturous applause for all the free work they are doing, now is the time. Okay, next up, let's keep the applause going from the LGBT Forum, the trustee Jake Febby.
Hello everyone, my name is Jake and I'm the trustee for York LGBT Forum, and it's my honour to welcome you all to the launch of York LGBT History Month. As somebody who came to York as a student at York St John University, quite a few years ago now, I was really inspired by the historical streets, and I'm struck by the lack of LGBT presence within that. So since then, me and others have looked at designing and creating LGBT history. So we remember what has gone before, and we also strive to go forward in ensuring that our LGBT rights are here to stay. It's quite interesting being here, and there's a prison here. And some of you might not know this, but one of the last ever hangings of an LGBT person was in York. And that is quite something to remember, because it wasn't that long ago. And as we can see across the world, and we only have to look across the pond to our American friends, where LGBT rights are being erased as we speak. Just this day, I was reading about how HIV has been removed by the CDC. So all of our information around HIV and AIDS has been removed from that website. It really strikes me as we remember the people who fought hard for people who were suffering from HIV and AIDS into the late 80s and early 90s, and watching how that group of people came together and inspired change. But I'm here to speak as also trustee of York LGBT Forum. We're a small local charity that aims to create spaces for LGBT people. We have weekly groups for people to attend. And I think that's what's really important. Now, more than ever, we need community, we need solidarity, and we need hope. Thank you.
I think some very thoughtful words that will probably resonate with us all for the rest of the night. Next up, and obviously wearing the kit as well, from the RI Templars, Andrew Malcolm Neal!
I'm Andrew, current captain of the York RI Templars. I opened with an apology to Ginger because it's the first time they've seen me wearing trousers. So the York RI Templars are York's inclusive rugby team. We are named for the York RI Rugby Club, who took us in, and that's where our home is, that's where we play our games. And the Knights Templar, who were gifted a chapel just outside this castle, in what is now the public lose in St George's. Proud LGBT history right there. So we play for an organisation called the IGR, Inclusive Global Rugby. There are about 200 of these LGBT inclusive teams around the world now. It started in the UK, about 100 of them are here, and we play against teams, our sister teams in each of the cities in the north of England. We play tournaments in Paris for the Olympics, we play tournaments in Newcastle every year on the same glamour level, and we go all over the place as a team with people of all abilities. We need support from all kinds of people, so we're looking for people who are willing to give us money to help pay for training, for travel, and for those tournament fees. We want our touchline to be a completely inclusive community space for LGBTQ people to meet on a Saturday lunchtime, so maybe a slightly different activity for people. We have a bar, we have lovely dogs. We would love to have supporters come down, doesn't matter if you know anything about rugby, nobody does. So please come and use our home games as a place to socialise, and of course we need people to play. So we always welcome new people. We take people who are looking for an inclusive rugby experience, who know what they're doing, people who played once at school, people who have no idea at all what rugby is. We will teach you everything you need to know, don't worry. But yes, come and play with us. We also have a fantastically inclusive women's team at our club. All of the information is on that table, come and say hello.
You walked off a little bit quickly and you need to come back at the here bit. Okay, turn around, and just pull the side of your shirt down. No, just pull it down so we can see the logo. Turn around. Keep walking. The hole in one, what a wonderful organisation. Sponsorship works. All right, let's keep the applause going, please, from Generate, Debbie Saunders!
Many of you may not know very much about Generate. We're quite a small charity who tend to stay in the sidelines and do a lot of support for trans people around the city and non-binary people around the city. We're very proud this year that we, in conjunction with all the other organisations in this room, will have our first trans pride in York in 2025. It's part of the main pride event, but we are incredibly pleased to be part of that and very, very grateful to Pride for allowing that. Thank you very much.
And our headline act tonight, who will be performing some kind of skill or talent or possibly a musical number, our hosts from York Castle Museum, Philip Newton!
So no one told me I was going last. I just want to say thank you for choosing us to be your host tonight. It's really wonderful that we can get so many people into Kirkgate on an evening on Mondays. Thank you for coming. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm Community Participation Manager here at York Museums Trust, and I look after basic community engagement and making these sites more exclusive. That's the wrong word. Inclusive. That was not a slip. And basically making it more interesting for people, getting different stories in and getting more people involved with our collections and spaces. We've been doing stuff for LGBT History Month since 2014, but there's still a lot more work to do. So, as you can see, this is very white middle class room here, but Victorian times. We do need to diversify much of our collection, so do keep telling us to do more, because that would be wonderful. Thank you. What I should say, because not many people might know, the toilets are over here. Just found 5 out of 22 of them, but they're behind. But if you want any more information about the work that we do for York History Month, York LGBT Month, or any of the history months throughout the year, do get in touch. Thank you very much.
I can't lie, I wouldn't have gone with toilets and fire exits as the big finish. It actually worked. So to finish up, because just one go wasn't enough, once again, Stuart Jarman!
We'll speak in the morning. Just because I looked at some faces and I was like, oh, we haven't done that. But we'd like to thank Ginger Slice.
Yay!
Yeah, for doing this brochure. Yeah, so thank you very much. Amazing brochure. I also want to say about the footballers here from and Steph from the football club, and there's 2 games, football against homophobia, one this Saturday and one the following Wednesday. So tickets still available, aren't they, till Wednesday. So if you would like to come along and support, please do on those. Just on Phil, some of you may not know, he did do an exhibition here, and some budgie smugglers, which were on show in Santa Margarita, where I saw them live, were then on show behind glass here, and I vow never to see them again, so you may well come around again this evening. So just to remind, if you could help yourself to have a drink, thanks for coming along, and the talk with Ian will be starting at 7 o'clock, near where you were getting the Prosecco. Thank you very much. And thanks to Ben, because he always
Please make sure you don't leave without the programme of events, and of course, I see plenty of influencers in the room. If you can all tweet and Insta, just share the word and make sure you plug all the events. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.